नाम चाहिँ जर्ज प्रिन्स कार्की। अहिले रिसेन्टली चाहिँ म नेपाल नेसनल टिममा छु र प्रोफेसनली क्लबबाट चाहिँ म आर्मी क्लबबाट खेलिरहेको छु। मैले रिसेन्टली डेब्यु गरेको अस्ति भर्खर 5 सेप्टेम्बरमा ताजिकिस्तानसँगको म्याच चाहिँ मेरो डेब्यु म्याच थियो। अहिले अब क्लबहरूबाट राम्रै गेमहरू भइरहेको छ। अब योपालि चाहिँ बाहिर टुर्नामेन्टहरूमा चाहिँ आर्मीले अब 3टा टुर्नामेन्ट जितिसक्यो। योपालि एउटा चाहिँ रनर अप भयो। अब फ्युचरमा चाहिँ अब एउटा राम्रो स्ट्राइकर भएर देशको लागि हैन केही राम्रो गर्न सकौँ, देशको लागि केही जिताउन सकौँ, त्यही हो मेरो अब गोल चाहिँ। ट्रेनिङ त अब एकदम महत्त्वपूर्ण हुन्छ हैन, प्लेयरको लागि चाहिने नै ट्रेनिङ हो हैन। रेगुलर ट्रेनिङ भयो भने प्लेयर फिट रहन्छ, त्यही अनुसारले परफर्म गर्न सक्छ। फुटबल त मेरो सानैदेखिको प्यासन थियो, तर प्रोफेसनल्ली चाहिँ म लागेको थिएन। अब आर्मी जोइन गरेपछि चाहिँ त्यो प्रोफेसनल हुन पाएँ। म रिसेन्टली 1 इयर जति भयो म प्रोफेसनली खेल्न थालेँ। जस्तै अब बिहान चाहिँ अब अहिले चाहिँ क्लबमा गरिरहेको छु ट्रेनिङ। अब नेसनल गेम भएको बेला त नेसनल टिममै हुन्छ ट्रेनिङ बिहान। अनि बेलुका चाहिँ मैले अब यहाँ आएर आफ्नो छुट्टै स्ट्रेन्थ कन्डिसनिङ पार्ट हुन्छ जुन चाहिँ त्यो चाहिँ मैले अब यहाँ आएर गरिरहेको छु जिममा। त्यही हो ट्रेनिङ, बिहान 2-3 आवर्स, बेलुका 2 आवर्स जति। यो चाहिँ एकदम अहिले नेपालमा अलिकति हेर्दाखेरि ल्याकिङ पार्ट नै यही भइरहेको छ हैन। एउटा पर्फर्मेन्स, एउटा स्ट्रेन्थ कन्डिसनिङ जुन हामीले बिहान जुन अहिले वर्ल्ड फुटबल चाहिँ अहिले साइन्सको थ्रु गइरहेको छ, तर नेपालमा चाहिँ अलिकति ट्रेडिसनल जस्तै भइरहेको छ फुटबल मात्र। जुन स्ट्रेन्थ कन्डिसनिङ चाहिँ ल्याकिङ पार्ट हो, त्यो चाहिँ यहाँ आएर चाहिँ एकदम राम्रो भइरहेको छ मेरो पर्फर्मेन्सहरू चाहिँ। डाइट पनि त्यतिकै इम्पोर्टेन्ट हुन्छ। अब जुन क्यालोरी लसहरू भइरहेको हुन्छ, अब त्यो प्रपर डाइट भएन भने रिकभरीहरू हुँदैन। अब डाइट चाहिँ एकदम त्यो पनि मस्ट नै हो। धेरै फरक छ। अब डेली ट्रेनिङ गर्दाखेरि अब इम्प्रुभमेन्टहरू भइरहेको हुन्छ। अब टुर्नामेन्टको अघिल्लो मात्र गर्दाखेरि अब इन्जुरी पनि हुनसक्ने चान्स हुन्छ हैन। अब एकैचोटि टुर्नामेन्टहरू खेल्दाखेरि म्याक्सिमम इन्जुरीहरू हुने कारण चाहिँ त्यही हो देखिरहेको छ मैले। अब रेगुलर ट्रेनिङ भयो भने इन्जुरीहरू कम गर्न सकिन्छ, पर्फर्मेन्स पनि राम्रो हुन्छ। जुन यो अहिले यो फिटनेस सेन्टर जुन यस्तो खालको छ नेपालमा अहिले, यसरी जुन फिटनेस सेन्टर यो छ यसले चाहिँ जुन हामी जस्तो प्लेयरहरूलाई चाहिँ राम्रो फिट रहन हेल्प गरेको छ। र अब प्लेयरहरूलाई चाहिँ म यही फिटनेस स्ट्रेन्थ कन्डिसनिङ पार्टहरू चाहिँ अलिकति गर्नको लागि चाहिँ अलिकति सजेस्ट गर्छु।
I have a football player with me, so what I'm going to do with him is performance enhancement. Let me explain a little bit about what is performance enhancement. Okay, performance enhancement, just the name itself, it explains enhancing the performance of an athlete. Okay? It's like, especially people like me, like performance coaches like me, what they do, they analyze the body of the player, their game, okay? And we do certain tests. So I've been working with him for pretty long, so I know what are the points that I need to be worked on him. So for today, what we've decided to do for him, today's session on him, is we are strengthening his glutes. That's his butt muscle, especially his glutes. And today, so before that, we are doing squat. Squat is one very, very, very important exercise especially for athletes. Before doing squats, it's very important to activate your glutes, all the muscles in your glute. So I'm going to show you a very easy way to activate your glutes. Okay, so today sprints he's gonna be showing us. So usually for side shuffle, we start from side shuffle. Why it's important? Because your muscles, your glutes, your side muscles, that needs to be activated so that it will help you going squatting down. Okay, so what we do when we shift this way, we hold our body weight in this muscle, this leg, and then shift forward. Okay, so during this workout, you should be feeling nice burn in your butt. Kahako muscle feel bhayiraheko huncha, right? So this one properly feel bhayeko. Good. Come back. So activation time depends upon athletes or individual person. So second one we do, it's called monster walk, and it burns your glutes maximus, the big butt cheek muscle. It activates that muscle. So bhakkarai हामीले glutes like activate garyo. Now when we are doing squats, there are some unnecessary muscle that will fire as well. So what we supposed to do is to deactivate that muscle. Okay, so how do we deactivate those muscles? Is one of the best way is to foam roll. Okay, so how we deactivate those muscles are quads and hamstring. For hamstring, we roll it out very nice and firm for 2 minutes. So this also helps stretching those fascias. Okay, so now we are going on our quads, a thigh muscle. That also we do for 2 minutes. 1 minute on each, it's good enough. Okay, here we are done with our foam rolling. Okay, so now we're on to squats. So first squat without weight. Why? Because I need to see if there are any misalignments while performing squats, so that I can correct those misalignments in the second set. Okay, first set what we do just on plain bar, but bar itself is a 20 kg, so it's not very light. So make sure bars are even and you are right at the middle of the bar. Otherwise, like shifting sidewise will make the length of a bar uneven on the side, so that will like affect your squat. Okay, so one very important thing on squat is your squat should be proper aligned, because it's very important. Okay, so when we squat, so we do 8 repetitions on our first. The knees are coming way in front of his toes. So in the second set, what my main concern is to correct that first. So for that correction, I usually like to prefer using a band, because one reason why our knee comes out is our glutes medius, that's supposed to stabilize our hip, doesn't function properly, doesn't fire properly, or not strong enough. So just to activate that muscle and give extra grip on your butt line when you squat down, so it's a good idea to use this. Okay, let me please show them how to use them. Okay, now, so we're adding weights. For the first set, we go 50. For him, usually we go up to 80, so up to his body weight. So we just start from 70, and then we'll progress up to 80. Okay. And never ever forget to keep the safety lock. That's very important. Okay. So safety lock, never forget to put safety lock once you put weights on your machine. Okay, so 2 main things that I saw on him in first set was his knee coming out of in front of his toe. The second one, he was not shifting his body weight on his heel. Okay, so I hope the band that I've given him will help him to squat down more deep and helps activate that muscle, which will eventually help to put his knee behind his toe. Okay? Okay, your hip back, push your hip back. Okay, much better. Push your hip back a little bit more. Body weight on your heel. So knee out, push your knees out. Last one. We usually increase our progression by 5 kgs, but he's used to it, so that's why we're going like 10 kgs up. So that's gonna be 80 kg. So with 80 kg, I usually prefer to give them support just in case. So second set and third set of 8 repetitions. Hip अलिकति पछाडि push गर्नुलाई. Push your hip back. Knee बाहिर push गर्ने है. Alright, once we are done with the squat, it's also important we strengthen our upper body. Okay, so as the glutes are the stabilizers of your hip, roots of your leg, root for your hand are your scapular stabilizers, and those are the muscle back here. All the muscles that help to stabilize your scapula. This muscle is called, there are lots of muscles. The group itself is called scapular stabilizers. Okay, so one very good and effective way of strengthening those muscles are ropes. Okay, it's very important we position ourselves comfortably. Okay, so for him it's better we position him in a power position of an athlete. Okay, so she would show you the power position for an athlete. So your back is straight, so knee slightly bend on your knee. This knee is parallel to your feet. Okay, it's almost like sitting. So his upper back is nice, straight and aligned because rope is heavy. So we'll pull him up front. So just to hold him properly, to get a proper stance, he would shift his body weight in his heel, bend his hip lower down. Okay. Contract the muscle back here. This is called scapular stabilizer. The muscle around here are called scapular stabilizers. Okay, so you contract this muscle, and then this position is called power position for athletes. Okay, so our back is straight, little bend on your knees. Make sure your knees are not collapsed; they are parallel to your feet. Okay, hold nice and strong position. Contract this muscle at the back. So we do this, we move this rope for 30 seconds. First set, okay? All right, go. Okay. And stop. Okay. That was our first set. So for second set, there's a various way for producing those webs on the rope. very common and easy way is just to wiggle both hands. The second set we're going to do is moving both rope at the same time. Okay, what that does is it helps your scapula to hold properly in its shape. Okay. Second set, go. A little to the wave. Stop. That was the second set, and third set, what we are doing, we did start from small motion and then we went to a little big one, but third one, what we are going to do is make a big motion on your both arms. Okay, and you go, and a big one, big hand movement. Almost there, almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that was our basic exercise, especially for make sure these are for athletes. For general people, according to their muscle level, we slowly progress to rope. It's not like we showed that we did it in rope. It's not mandatory that everyone has to do it in rope. There are thousands of many different exercises that you can do to activate and strengthen your scapular stabilizers. Alright, so once we are done with those exercises, now we are to plyometrics, box jump. Plyometric exercise is one very essential exercise for football athletes to enhance their performance. What it does actually, plyometrics help you to get that burst movement, to explosive movement for athletes, quick acceleration. Those kind of movements are very vital and essential for, especially for football players. Like plyometrics is essential for other athletes as well, athletes and general population, but especially for football player, why it's important is to get that quick burst movement. Okay, so for that, one of the very easy and very effective exercise is box jump. Okay, so here we are performing box jump. So how it's done, we jump the first box, lands, and as soon as he lands, he jumps up again to the next box. Okay, so down on your heel and up, down. Nice. So make sure when you land, first you should land on your heel and then jump. Okay, good. Land on heel. Good. So what he's doing, he's switching actually his legs every time he's landing up front. Okay, so what that does, like his landing, especially while after jump, it's very important you land, right? So if your landing is proper, there are less chances of getting injured. Okay, 8. Make sure if you improve it slowly, but make sure your landing time should be less. Lesser your landing time, much better performance you can get. Okay, and make sure while performing plyometric exercise, rest period is very, very, very important. Okay, because it's burst movement. So what we need to keep in mind is that, like, if you perform that exercise for a minute, you'd rest for a minute. So time of performance should be equal to your rest time. So make sure you take proper rest in between the sets. Okay, so that was the plyometric box jump exercise, which help athletes to get that burst movement. So